everyone. Welcome to Glow Talks, Season 2. My name is Thania. I am the manager of Glow Beauty Bar, and today I am joined by the founder and CEO, Ashley. Thanks for being here, Ash.
Thanks for interviewing me again.
I know, I love it. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So, in the 6 years that I have been a part of Glow, I've come to realize that it's not just a spa anymore. It's a spa. We have Glow Talks. There's Glow Institute. So when you were building something with so many arms, how did you do it? And were you building one business, or did you have an envision of having like an ecosystem?
So that's a good question, because I didn't envision for all these different arms to happen. They just kind of evolved. I always had the idea to franchise my business and to grow, but Glow Institute came about because I felt like I wasn't properly trained in dermaplaning, and I wanted to pass that education along, especially to our estheticians, so that they had a deeper knowledge and understanding or were more confident. And then when teaching the estheticians about dermaplaning, it came about where they were asking, well, what products do we use? What's good to use for dermaplaning? Right. So that's where Glow Talks was created. And so we created a line of skincare products that are safe to use for all skin types, all skin conditions, great to use for dermaplaning. And so that also just evolved to something that we rely on in our treatment room as well. Right. So yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand, and it fits nicely. And yeah, now it's, I love like every aspect of it.
Okay, cool. So speaking of training estheticians, you created Glow Institute to train the next generation of estheticians. What did you find was missing from the industry that made that a necessary thing for you to do?
I felt like there was a gap between getting your certification and actually ready, where you feel confident to give consultations and educate on retail. And so I really felt like we needed to train beyond just the technique. And it's hard to find people that are trained the way that we are. Yeah. So I felt that it was important to kind of create a system for our estheticians to grow more into their career, because a lot of people don't think aesthetics is a career. They think it's fluffy. Yeah. So I wanted to empower them within their career, educate them more, and have them feel more comfortable and confident when delivering their services.
Yeah. I'm not an esthetician, but I can say that she does do that. Our girls do feel confident. So delivering clinical results and having a luxury experience are two separate things, essentially. Why do you think so few businesses manage to do them together?
Yeah, I think people just kind of like lean into what they know. And if you're more of a nurse or a doctor, you kind of lean into more of like the medical sterile kind of setting. So it really depends on just kind of how you were trained, but also creating that luxury experience is also a little bit expensive. So it tends to like, the fluff tends to be the first things that get cut when you're starting a business, unfortunately. And it is difficult to kind of execute both at the same time, but I feel like we do it well, and I'm excited to kind of like, elevate it to the next level too.
So clients today have endless options, and there's a lot of skepticism out there. How do you earn like real trust from a client who has, let's say, been burned from a past experience?
Yes, I feel like it's important to be genuine, share my experience with them. Also, our 5-star reviews kind of speaks for itself as well, and kind of gives them a little bit of confidence and that comfortability to be with us. But I think not over-promising, because there is no like one-time treatment miracle.
Yeah, like set the expectations.
Exactly. Yeah. And our membership program, I think, is really important in that it, like with the consistency of treatments, you're gonna achieve those results that you want.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so next, let's talk about Glow itself. So what was the most significant pivot that Glow has made since you started, and then what drove you to do that?
Yes, well, during COVID, I had the time to really sit and think where I wanted this business to go, and what I felt like in my heart I loved doing and I was passionate about, and realized that like makeup and all of the other parts of aesthetics that I was offering, I didn't quite love. And I felt just like more comfortable and at ease in the treatment room delivering facials. So I just wanted to kind of lean more into that. And so that big decision to make it a facials only spa started then. And I think it was the best decision that we've made.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people don't know that Glow was doing bridal makeup. They were spray tanning. Did you do teeth whitening?
We had people that offered teeth whitening in our space.
Yeah.
Yes. We had people who did like permanent makeup.
Right. As the founder and CEO of Glow Beauty Bar, what has been the hardest, or what is the hardest decision that you make day to day? And what has that taught you about leadership?
I don't think there's a particular thing day to day. It's just once in a while when unfortunately you have to let a team member go. That's really hard because you create a relationship with them. They're like family. And then you kind of feel like you've failed them as a leader. And what more could I have done for them to have succeeded in this role? So that's really difficult. But the thing is, like, when you make mistakes, you learn from them, you grow. So that's the most important thing you can do as a business owner.
Yeah. As a high-performing aesthetic business, what does culture look like inside of Glow Beauty Bar, and how intentional do you have to be about making it like that?
Yeah, I think hiring the right team members is really important. You have to be able to work with these people all the time and have their values align with the values of the business, I think is important.
Yeah.
And you can always train technique, but you can never really train the personality. So I think that's important as well.
Was I a personality hire, Ashley?
I hired you so long ago. I don't remember anymore. I did think you were too pretty.
Okay, hype me up. Okay, so as we spoke about in season 1, if you have not watched season 1, go watch it. We mentioned that you wear a lot of hats as the owner. So you're an esthetician, you're the founder, you're an educator, you're a brand builder, you're all these things. At this stage, how do you determine what you put your energy into?
I'm very strict with my own schedule. So I have certain days where I do certain things. I'm really not good at context switching. And I've gotten
Me neither.
I've gotten really good at delegating and handing things off to people who could execute things better than I can. And so that's really important to have a team that's really great at that and supporting. And having like strong systems and AI supporting in the background has been really helpful in growing our business.
Yeah, agreed. Shout out to Claude. As someone who is chronically online, there is a lot of noise between wellness and aesthetics right now. So how do you decide what Glow puts its name on and what you just, it's not worth it?
Yeah, I think it's important to kind of let fads die off and see kind of like what lasts and what sticks around and what kind of fades.
Yeah.
And then kind of seeing like, is this something that is Health Canada approved or is going to benefit our clients? Is this something that we already have but offer it in a different way? And then the fun part comes of like researching and making sure it has the science to back it up. And then of course, testing it for ourselves to see if it works.
That's the fun part, is testing it on ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we only have time for one more question. So my last question is, where do you think the industry is going to be in 5 years, and how is Glow positioning itself for the future?
Okay, so in 5 years, I think technology is going to be a big one for helping business owners in the back end.
Ooh, yeah.
And that will really help you create that one-on-one connection with people, that you can just kind of focus on that and not worry so much about the business stuff. I feel like wellness is really going to be blending into medical clinics or spas, because everyone now realizes how important it is for you to like lower your stress levels, and it kind of goes hand in hand. So I think there's going to be a lot more of the blending of those wellness and spa clinics.
Yeah.
And for the future of Glow, we're definitely going to be implementing AI into the business and into our franchise model. And that will definitely help our franchisees grow their business down the road too.
That sounds exciting.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me today, Ashley. I have learned so much. I'm sure our viewers have learned so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and stay tuned for more from season 2.
Thank you for being a great host.
You're welcome.